Eddie does characters. So I know that my job is important, to bring the looks and to the characters so that the characters can be and seen and felt and received the way that they need to.
Hi, Carla. Hi,
Hi,
Stacey.
Jenna. How are
Hi, how are
you?
you?
Good. Nice to meet you both.
You
Very,
too.
yes, a pleasure to talk to you. You guys do a magic in every
Thank
movie.
you. Thank you.
Yes, and then I know that you both already work together in a lot of projects. Also with Vera, that I spoke to her yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I feel like that you guys are very collaborative and work all together with the costume designer Ruth and everybody. How is like work in this environment? You know what I mean? Because sometimes we feel that some movies they work like us separately, but I noticed that you guys work all together. We can start with you, Carla.
Well, it's a pleasure to work with Vera and Merce and Stacy and Ruth, and especially we're all strong women and we all have our point of view, but magically when we all work together, we kind of have one brain and we click and things come together naturally because I believe we all want to have the best image that we can create. So we all kind of help each other rise to this position of excellence. And I love working with these people because they make me better.
Yeah. And what about you, Stace?
The same for me, like you said, is collaborative. And I'm only as good as we are when we work together. If one of us is on our own page and not being collaborative or, our energy and work complementing each other, then we're not achieving the best end goal. So we always all have the same goal in mind, and that's the finished product. You know what I mean? So it's important to have some cohesion and stuff like that when you're working. And I think all of us have a great chemistry, naturally. And it's kind of like, it makes it comfortable to be able to do your work. It's like family. It's our work family.
Yeah, no, yeah, I agree. I always say that it takes a village to do like to get to to be perfect. And I think you guys do a really great job. And coming to America, oh my God, I was like, wow, everything's so perfect. I love it.
Oh, thank you.
Yes. So I want to ask you, Carla, how was like this? He go back to America, then you go to Zamunda, and then you go to the 80s. How is this like? How you guys make that decision? How was like the process?
Well, we collaborate with the director, and Leslie had her own hair and makeup people. So I was able to let them know this is kind of the styles that I suggest, but this is your client. So by all means, I like people to give them the freedom to do what they want. So I think they did a great job with Leslie, and I created some of the looks on the background people, but we had an amazing group of people working with us from Atlanta, Georgia, who, I gave them the freedom to create those 80s hairstyles, and they did an amazing job. And Stacy is Eddie's client, and she did Arsenio, so she created those looks. And she can give you more information on that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, flashing back, you kind of have a guideline because the movie and those looks were already created and printed. So the challenge there was creating them and, making them look like they're supposed to and look like what people remember them to be, and then the other stuff, it was just, pulling things out of our mind, and figuring out where we wanted to go with it. We had said before that, we drew inspiration from different places. like Carla says, the Afro punk movement. But because this is fantasy and it's now and it's, you know, perhaps the future, it's like Afrofuturism, you know, we can make up categories now and create these things out of our mind. It was fun. It was fun.
Yeah, and how's work like with Eddie, like very close with him? It must be fun.
Yeah, it's funny because what people see on screen is not actually his persona. He's a cool guy. He's really laid back, really mellow. And for me, you know, easy to work with. I must be doing everything right because it's easy, you know, but you know, he puts his input in where it's needed. But it's kind of like when you have a relationship with the client that you've been around for so long, you kind of know what they like, you kind of know how they feel, you know what I mean? And Eddie does characters. So I know that my job is important, you know, to bring the looks and to the characters so that the characters can be and seen and felt and received the way that they need to, you know, and he's big on that stuff. So creating like the looks for the guys, you know, for Arsenio and for Wesley, I knew that he would be pleased with it because in every role is different. They complement each other, but they're different, totally different.
Yeah. And for you, Carla, what was like the most challenge part, like the most difficult to transform, like for you?
I think the most difficult thing is going to another place and not knowing the people. So creating a team, and for sometimes we needed 30 and 40 people, it can be challenging. But luckily we had some of the best hair and makeup people in Atlanta, and we were able to come together and build this awesome team. So you saw the product on the screen. But that was I feel most challenging moment, was just trying to create this team to get the work we needed done.
Yeah, you guys did a really good job. All of it, like the collaboration was great. And I want to ask you, like, if you want to give an advice to your young self to pursue a career, what was the advice you would give to your young self?
To my young self, I would just tell her to be patient and to work hard, and everything will work out in the end.
And for you, Stace?
For me, it would be to always leave your city of comfort, because when you leave your city of comfort, what you discover is other things, new things that you may not have discovered if you were just doing the same thing and staying within your comfort zone. You know, I mean, just like Carla just said with this film, we had to step outside of our comfort zone. We weren't at home where we knew each and every person in the industry that we could call up and use and, you know what I'm saying, have collaborate with us. So we were outside of our comfort zone, and it showed us that, you know, even in that, and we learned, we met new people, we saw different skills, we may have learned something from somebody, you know, but coming outside of your comfort zone, it's a wonderful place.
Yeah, and with the pandemic, that changed a lot the way that you guys work. You can start with you, Carla.
Yes, currently I've been working, and it's different. You know, you have to be more cautious, and you have to be conscious of things that you weren't conscious before. So it's challenging, but it's doable. You just have to remember that be safe, and just act like everybody around you may have the COVID. So if you look at it that way, not to put it on people, but just to know like safety comes first, then we can work in this industry and we can still do what we need to do, but you just have to have a different mindset.
Yeah. And for you, Stace?
Yeah, the same. One thing that is a blessing for us as hair people is we were trained, to get our licenses, we were trained in sanitization and disinfecting and stuff like that. So it's really not that we ever stopped practicing those things, but we went back to by the book, cleaning and doing things like that. And a few things that we were doing, of course, and I'm guilty of, we had to redo. You can't do this way, you have to do it that way. And like she said, if you think like this virus is there and everyone has it, you're going to always stay protected, you're going to always protect the people that you're working on, and so on and so forth. And it's just, it's a different environment, and I think that we so far are successfully navigating it. And like she said, it's doable. It takes a lot of thought, and a lot of planning and stuff like that, but it can be done. And it definitely has changed the climate of our industry. Some of it for the better, and some of it not so fun.
Yeah, we need to adjust. We've been adjusting this whole year. But I just want to congratulate you both for the work that you guys did on Coming to America, and even previous Dolomite and everything. So just keep going. And Stacey, Carla, thank you so much for your time and a lot of success. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. It was a pleasure. If you like this video, don't forget to comment, to like, and subscribe to our channel right here.